Also dealing with a major uptick in cases, particularly in the city of Antwerp. Well, nationwide infections rose 71% last week, with nearly half of all new cases detected in Antwerp province. Hospital admittance is also up 30%, and authorities have decided to strengthen some social distancing and personal contact rules. Well, Jack Parrock joins me now from Brussels with more. So, Jack, fill us in. What are these new rules that people in Belgium are facing?
Hi, Isabel. Well, there is a slight sigh of relief, a bit of a national sort of outburst of relief that there aren't quarantine measures. That is obviously most people that have booked travel and people that are looking to go on their summer holidays. Every time there's new measures in any country, as you were mentioning in the UK with the Spain quarantine, in Belgium there is still no quarantine coming from outside of within the European Union. So there's a bit of a sigh of relief around that. But what the Belgian Prime Minister Sophie Wilmès did announce today is that people must reduce their social bubbles, so the amount of people that they can see, from 15 down to 5 for the next 4 weeks at least, starting from Wednesday. She says that we know that the more people come into contact with, the more that the virus spreads. They also say that inside events have to be limited to 100 people, outside to 200, and that mask wearing must absolutely be compulsory. She's warning that they're very prepared to, if they have to, they don't want to, but they would be prepared to impose a new confinement period, with the numbers really starting to go up now. In sort of mid-June, they were down around the 80s and 90s per day, and now what we're seeing is well over 500 new infections of COVID-19 in Belgium every day. While there are still only a handful of deaths, on Sunday there were 4 deaths from COVID-19, they are worried about the numbers going up, and that's why they're strengthening the measures and they're pleading with people to uphold them.
So, Jack, as those numbers are going up, what are we seeing in Belgium? Is it a generalised surge, or, as we were just mentioning earlier, at the moment just clusters that can be contained?
Well, like in most places, Isabel, there are clusters, and that's one of the things that we've heard. Belgian media is widely reporting that the discussions within the National Security Committee did talk about a potential localised lockdown around the city of Antwerp, where there are significantly more cases of infections of the coronavirus compared to other cities. So there are discussions about that going on. There isn't an announcement on it yet, as they're trying to get it under control. She did say, Sophie Wilmès, the Prime Minister, that the health system has it under control. They have the capacity to deal with the current infections, but as we now know, there could be localised lockdowns. Also important to note, one of the things that is coming into force from the 1st of August is a form, as we see in many other countries are doing, that people will have to register where they've been, where they're staying, when they enter Belgium, and that is part of the travel measures that will start to be imposed. These are starting to be things that are happening across Europe. You see them whenever you cross borders at the moment, and Belgium's following suit.
Yeah, Belgium no exception, as those new restrictions are imposed. Well, Jack Parrock, many thanks there from Brussels.